Hey everyone, this is Coach Roger, your Live Younger Longer health coach, and that whistle means pay serious attention. Want to welcome everybody back that's coming back, that's subscribed already, and welcome anybody that's new on the video, and say thanks for being here. So, what's controlling your lifestyle? That's a pretty tough question. What is controlling it? Is it work? Is it health? Is it time, family, friends? What is it? This is kind of a signpost that covers lifestyle and what lifestyle is. Today, we're going to cover 4 more lifestyle categories: goals, creep, business, and inflation. But before we get started, I need to make a correction. In my last video, I inadvertently said I was celebrating the 17th anniversary of my heart attack. And I had it happen to me at age 73. Well, that's not right. I corrected it later on in that video, but my 17th anniversary happened when I was 63 back in 2008, not 73 in 2008. I feel pretty good, but I'm not quite that old. So with that, let's get started, and let's start off with the first goal, or first category, which was goals. Well, what's a goal? Well, it's really pretty simple. Goals provide direction. So where are you going? Like that signpost. Where are you going? What are you doing with that? Hopefully, they're leading you toward living a life of lean. You remember the four pillars of health: lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. And if you're unsure how to set goals, just give me a call. We'll talk about it. Or if you want more information than you could possibly imagine about setting goals, Google it. That's where I went and to find points to talk about, and it's amazing. But goals are critical, and they provide direction. What direction are you going? Where are you headed? Would you like an accountability partner? As you Live Younger Longer health coach, what I want you to do is contact me. Again, as I keep saying, I'm not going to provide, I'm not going to get you rock solid, this is what you got to do, and do this, do this, do this. I want to find out from you what you want to change about your lifestyle that's going to make you healthier and provide a better health path and live younger longer. So with that, give me a call. I'd like to be your accountability partner, and we can work something out. The next category that we're looking at is something, when I saw it, was really kind of strange. It's called CREEP, not C-R-E-A-P, but C-R-E-E-P. CREEP means to just move slowly. Well, what the heck is that? What the heck is lifestyle creep? Well, depending on where you are in life, if you're my age, you've got a lot more water under the bridge. But if you're in your 30s, you may be in school still. You may be studying nursing. You may be studying welding. You may be studying business. Who knows? But with every one of those things that you're doing, trying to provide a direction as you're going down a direction, you're probably trying to make more money. That's why, if you were in college, that's why we went to college. That's why we take courses at night. That's why we study. That's why we, think we want to get into management. I've been there, and we'll be there again, I'm sure, before life's over. But creep is all about when you earn more money, what do you do with it? You spend more money. And I remember when I first got out of college, when you're in college, you're pretty much broke. Thank goodness that college is a very independent part of your life. It's a unique situation. Your parents, if you got parents, they're going to bail you out, or you're going to bail yourself out. But and I was in engineering school. When we got out of engineering school, it wasn't what were we going to get a job, is which one were we going to take and which was the highest bidder. And so you get out and man, you had the money. And I can honestly say it creeped and it went out. Went out pretty much as fast as it went in. But fortunately, that didn't last too long. But I never really did start putting money away for retirement until later in life. So what creep is our appetite for better things can become a big problem because it causes stress and anxiety. You know, the flesh, if you will, go back into faith here a little bit. The flesh and what we're advertised with. You know, the Capital One card, for example. You know, what's in your pocket? This credit card advertised, oh, you're going to get 2% cash back. Yeah, but you got to spend what? You got to spend something to get cash back. And so you spend $1,000 and get $2 or $20 back. That doesn't make sense, does it? That's the biggest thing with creep is you spend more than you're making and you really are ignoring goals. If when you set goals, you're going to say, oh yeah, I want to retire when I'm 55. Well, how are you going to get to retire when you're 55 if you aren't saving any money? And maybe saving money isn't just putting it in the bank or putting it in the stock market. Maybe you read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What a beautiful book. If you haven't read that, I totally recommend it. And I wish I get read it when I was a young man. I might have made some different decisions, especially when I was a builder. I should have bought houses I was going. But that's a whole nother story. So in your plan, in your creep, do you have an IRA program? You remember we talked about that last week, IRA, individual retirement account for health. But then we also talked about something that's more important on that, which has to do with your health span. And your health span is more important than your lifespan. Your health span can be easily funded by your IRAH, your individual retirement account for health. What is that? Do you have something like that? Well, it took me till I was age 63 and too many hamburgers and biscuits and French fries and Diet Cokes before I had my heart attack. But I want to tell you, if you're in your 40s, 63 gets here like that. 50, blink of an eye when you're in your 40s. All of a sudden, you whine a little bit about being 40 or 45. Well, all of a sudden, you're 50. And then, bang, you're 60. How are you feeling? You got a little bit too much around the middle? We're going to talk about that one of these days, too. Remove waste from your waist. Mine was a whole lot worse off 17 years ago. But this is pretty good for a guy my age. Again, a heart attack was in 2008, which was 17 years ago, and when I was 63. So you figured out how old I am. But anyway, so that's what creep's all about, and you need to be paying attention to it. Then the next category we're going to talk about. This one was kind of strange. And this was the third category of lifestyle I'm going to talk about today is business. What does that really mean? Well, are you doing something to enjoy, or are you just doing something to get a paycheck? Are you doing something you enjoy, or are you just trying to get a bigger paycheck or make a paycheck? Well, in all candor, why do we work? If we have a family, we work to support the family. And if both husband and wife, both members of that family are working, you're doing it together, hopefully. And if again, part of lifestyle is you need to talk to each other. And that's all part of community too, which is part of lifestyle and living longer. So what difference can it make if you're really doing something you hate and you just grouse about it all the time and it's just making you miserable? What is it that you might like to do? And maybe maybe you ought to make some goals to figure out how to do that. Maybe you want to be a park ranger, or maybe you want to be a state highway patrolman, or a police officer, or fireman, or whatever, or a plumber. I want to tell you, you want a six-figure income? Try plumbing or electrical work or mechanical work. It's got a good shot at that because so many people in our country don't want to do that. And then study business a little bit. Yeah, I had my own business. I was successful, and then eventually I did fail at it. But that's all right. I started over. Part of my life is I've had 7 reinventions in my life. And the first one came by when I was laid off by General Motors Overseas Corporation with a 2-week-old baby. Yeah, they're all fussing about being fired and this, that, and another thing today. What about the people out there in industry that get downsized? Yeah, happened to me 3 times. 3 times in my life. Nothing wrong. I was doing a good job. And told that. Now you're doing a great job. You just don't fit our organization. Well, you never know. So that's why you need a plan for a rainy day. And that's why you really need to take a look at that. And if you are underwater a little bit and you got credit cards out there, I suggest you figure out how to get into a Dave Ramsey course and listen to what the man's got to say. And with a little bit of willpower, maybe a lot of willpower, you can get that out of debt. And that is a good feeling when you are. So the last category we're going to talk about today is inflation. Well, that is really the same thing as creep. As your income is increased, did what seemed like life's luxuries just become a necessity? And again, it's the whole thing about putting money away for a rainy day, putting money away. If you're living beyond your paycheck or living from paycheck to paycheck, you got to quit it because that's nothing but stress, total stress. Get rid of a payment. If you got, did you go out and buy a new motorcycle? Did you go out and buy a new boat that's costing you $200-300 more a month than you anticipated? I had a boat, right? The 2 happiest days in a guy's life is the day he buys the boat and the day he sells the boat. That's kind of sad humor, but because I wouldn't mind having a boat still. But life changes. But there's so many things in lifestyle that control your health and your health span, and your health span really dictates your lifespan. And the last thing I want is for you to be like that picture I showed the other day when the 2 women were the same age, and one looked like she could whip a lion, and the other one was just in a wheelchair in a nursing home. Don't want that. I sure don't want that. So anyway, I don't know where you are in life, but I really look forward to. Please comment, ask me. Go to askcoachroger.com and reach out and contact me. Let's talk, because I'm here to be your partner, to work with you and help you make some changes that can save your life. If you like what you're seeing and this is making sense, please subscribe, share this, and just I just want to help you be the best you can be and to learn to live lean. As I wrap up and close, I just want to ask you, have you ever thought about making health your hobby? Interesting concept. Have you? Should you? Do you want to? Well, that's where we're going next week, is we're going in to talk about making health your hobby. So with that, I'm going to say so long for today. God bless. Take care. And remember, as Hippocrates said, let your food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Take care, y'all. God bless.